As you all know, we're here to celebrate John Nehila. So I wanted to say just a couple words about John on behalf of OGC. So every year, we just started this last year because every year it's a tradition now. Last year, I gave everybody awards at the end of the year for their year of service in OGC, and of course these are DEC awards, so there wasn't money or anything. It was just me like naming them and saying, hey, you get this sort of MVP or whatever award. So John got the Lifetime Achievement Award, so just so everybody's aware of that. And when I gave that prestigious award to John, I used the word stalwart, a steady hand. I told everybody that he calms me down, which is very necessary often. And he really serves as a sort of institutional knowledge for DEC. So, Lifetime Achievement Award because John has been working at DEC for 31 years. 1988. So there are definitely people in the room who, probably weren't born.
That's right.
But he's served as an associate attorney since 2008. So for 10 years he's been serving as our associate attorney in this office, which is a pretty large role. He steps in when the regional attorney is not in the office and really serves as the point person to consult with. And I have definitely had that relationship with John since I've been here. He has assisted me throughout my short tenure here, and it's something that I appreciate greatly and something that I will miss. So I use this word stalwart, which I needed to look up. Was that a nice thing to say when I said that?
Well, I'm old enough to remember the Knicks player whose last name was Stalwart. Stalwart. I don't know if he was old enough to remember. The last time they were winning.
So it was a great compliment.
So it is a compliment because it means loyal, reliable, and hardworking. So I think that pretty much encapsulates John Nehila, especially, he got on the bus at what time every morning?
10 to 7.
Yeah. And
Since we moved.
Yeah.
We moved in March.
Yeah. From New Jersey. So that in and of itself is a lot of dedication in my book. And then steady hand. So whenever I would be in a meeting and something would be freaking me out or bothering me or whatever, and I wanted to start yelling, I would often look at John, who would calm me down, like I said, and he would kind of get the cue and kind of take over in the meeting and sort of discuss the law instead of my passionate take on whatever is happening. And then he would do the same thing in the office oftentimes, and I will really miss the times when you would come in and close the door and we'd have the good conversations that we did about the law and what was going on, not only in the office but also in our personal lives. So I think you served that role for a lot of people in the OGC over the years.
Not just OGC.
Outside of OGC, I'm sure, and I think other people hopefully will say similar things. But that's going to be something that I think everybody is going to miss after you're gone. Is the conversations that we would have with you about all sorts of things.
Miss those too.
Yeah. So we're having a lot of retirements at DEC right now, and like throughout the agency, right? And some people send out these email messages, and I get a little choked up sometimes because I think sometimes people send out kind of emotional ones, which are good. But somebody recently wrote in their message that being a public service is an honorable profession that I believe all of us at DEC are driven to pursue. We do amazing things for the environment and the people of New York. And I think John Nehila over his career definitely did all those things. So I hope that you're proud of what you accomplished over your tenure here at DEC,
Yes.
Including closing over 800 cases.
Wow.
And bringing in nearly $4.5 million in penalties.
Whoa.
To the state. I like numbers. And he also, in addition to doing all those enforcement cases, managed over 150 remediation sites over those 30 years. So that's a lot. I don't know, for those of you who are not in remediation, it's a lot of things to keep track of. So all of this, it's a lot. Jane's aware, it's a lot. So we're gonna figure out somehow how we're gonna manage all those things.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I'm retiring tomorrow.
I got 10 enforcement cases.
All of these things are to say you will be missed, and we thank you very much for your
Thanks
service.
very much.
So. And I also open up the floor if anybody else wants to say.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Get the camera ready.
John, we've been working together since '89. You've worked on a lot of cases with me. First, I think the most infamous case that you worked on with me was Fresh Kills. So Fresh Kills wants to give you a gift.
At least it's not a,
And the tradition of solid waste, we always wrap our gifts in Plymouth. We've been doing that forever.
Reduced and recycled.
That's the Fresh Kills.
Thank you, I'll cherish
You're not allowed to
it.
actually take that out.
The other thing we worked on together was a lot of infamous cases. Neck bow,
Yes.
ECF, chamber paper fibers, Vigliano, Bruno. Does you notice a lot of them have last names that start with end with an I or end with a vowel? So a lot of those cases in the 80s and the early 90s were run by the mob. I knew that,
Yes.
and you knew that, and we had a very interesting time talking about that. So to bring you back some memories.
Is there a human head in there?
No. And there's no dog head and there's no horse
Okay,
head.
all right. No torso?
No torso. No violence was committed in the action of this gift.
Okay.
But you may have a hard time unwrapping
I
it.
was gonna say, very well wrapped.
No, Paty didn't give me that gift. I had to lie.
Take that.
Take that. Thank you.
Well, John, we've worked together for a long time, and everybody in solid waste has had a long, interesting career with you. We've had all sorts of legal arguments, and you never actually did kick me under the table. All the times I didn't.
I threatened to many
You
times.
threatened.
That was enough.
Many times, and I really appreciate all the work that you gave for us, and you did for us, and we're gonna miss having your knowledge and your expertise and your pose and how you dealt with some very interesting characters. So I wish you well in your retirement, and thank you for all your help.
Thank you, Ken.
John, I just want to say a couple of things, because, you know, coming up through natural resources, we didn't get to work a lot directly on some of the legal stuff, but we worked enough together for me to get all the appreciation of you, the man, the attorney, and how you handle your work, just as Patrick and Ken have talked about, and I always appreciated that. And I've always appreciated some of the closed-door discussions that we've had since I moved into regional direction, and I've always welcomed that. But the thing I want to take away from this is I want to take away from this the image of looking up the word stalwart and seeing your picture next to it. Because lately I've been walking around and every time I see your face, it's with a pile of tires. So on every one of the announcements for this gathering, and I thought, that's not nice. I thought these people liked you. I didn't know what that was all
They were
about.
on fire. At least in the picture.
But anyway, John, I'm just gonna close by saying thank you from me personally for everything that you've done, and all the best to you in retirement.
Thank you very much.
No pressure, John.
No problem. Well,
So, there's cake, and we also Udo and Regina have done a lot to sort of put together this party for John, so we wanted to thank them as well.
I do have a few words.
Great.
I promise it's a few words. And I just wanted to thank you all for coming today and all your kind words. And I've enjoyed working with all of you over the years here in the office. And personally, I didn't go to law school right out of college, but when I finally decided to get a law degree, it was with the intention of using that degree and skill set to work as a public interest attorney. And I started my first 2 years out of law school, I worked at a legal services attorney in New Jersey, representing poor and sometimes abused clients in family court matters. In 1988, when I was hired for the job here in Long Island City, I was fortunate to be able to continue that kind of work for the public. Along the way, I've handled all sorts of enforcement cases and permitting cases, and though I've mostly worked on solid waste cases, as Ken has mentioned, I also handled those that dealt with remediation, water, air, wetlands, and multimedia cases. Over the years, I've worked in the region with engineers, scientists, analysts, support staff, administrators, and many legal colleagues. Some who've left or retired years ago, others who've been here for quite a while, and some that are new to the agency. And I've consistently admired the dedication, the hard work to benefit our environment and human health from all of you, even when there's often criticism or disdain for our work, instead of the credit or praise that really is due. And after 31 years, it's time to move on and so-called pass the torch. And so I urge those of you who are remaining here to keep up the good fight for the public and the environment, even when lacking staff or resources and facing political pressures from all sides. And our Mother Earth and her children thank you. And let them eat cake.
You gotta cut it, John.
Well,
You gotta
okay.
cut it.
Okay.
You gotta cut it.
Yeah.
Can you take that hazardous waste away?
No, I meant the one next to
Oh.
Start doing it for Christmas.
You're the best intern.
That's okay. I assure you.